Hi guys and girls, it's Pete, Mindwiseman's channel, aka Maverick Outdoors, and here I'm at the what is known in the outdoors activity realms as the Preppers Meet, which is for bushcrafters, outdoors enthusiasts, wild campers, you name it, anyone that likes living outdoors is here, and it's the event that's done annually during late spring, early summer at Church Farm in Ardley. They pan him round all different setups. This video is going to be brief. It's basically just to sort of show you around a bit of a video diary of the event and who's here, the type of pitches that are up, from tents to teepees. Just about ready to have the British Legion raffle.
Take your pick, mate.
Oh, blimey.
Yes, I already just got... Next star.
Nick Clark.
Next star.
What result? Lovely.
Share that one out a little bit louder. Is he doing the picking? Is he picking something today? Alright. Oh, yeah, we've already called your name, Dave. Oh, really? Yeah.
Come and choose something.
Dave, I don't know what you got there, but there's a funky prepper thing there.
Okay folks, as I said, I'll keep this video brief, just a few sort of highlights, but as always, including the cooking, just basically got some veg there, nice bit of outdoors cooking, out in the fresh air, potatoes, carrots, runner beans, onions, seasoned with garlic, salt, black pepper, white pepper, and some fresh garlic. And then what I'll do, once that's cooked up, I'll then add the steak stew. So it'll be like a steak stew and veg casserole, really simple and easy. So it's really been a good Saturday. Arrived here yesterday afternoon, 4 o'clock, set up, as you can see, my fishing bivvy, which is my base camp. First time I used that was at Camp Shaky, and used my folding bed and the chair that I'm sitting on. The comfy kit that I used recently when I did my awesome wild camp for 4 days 3 nights on the river. So yeah, it's nice to sort of be on terra firma, mate up with people I haven't seen for a couple of years because I've been out of action for one reason or another. I've not been able to tally up with people, but I just thought I'd share with you briefly just some of the events that as YouTubers we sort of put on and organise. Although Funky Prepper organised this one, he has done for the past few years, but we sort of started off, me, Armoured Cockroach and Funky sort of had a few ideas when Roach visited this farm a few years back. Mainly to cater for people saying, oh, we'd like to come out with you, you know, we're into wild camping, we'd like to learn skills and all that. So we sort of got our heads together, and for the past few years Funky Prepper's been actually arranging it and organising it and been doing all the admin. So it's really good thumbs up and gratitude to him that we've had a great weekend. Some people are in the woods, in hammocks and tarps, although it's a smaller woods than we used a few years back. But yeah, it's just been a really good gathering, seen some people I haven't seen for a while, some newbies as well, people that have come up, introduced themselves. and really appreciate as well the inquiries about the Maverick Explorer canoes, which I've handed out leaflets to people. So yeah, that's all going to be up and running within the next month or two. But more, or just as important things, food box, again full of my travels. You've seen this before. And then also I bought ice box with those blocks, plastic coated things you put in the freezer box, and then just freeze these units and put them in. And that's been my fresh veg. I had some fresh meat in there as well that I took out the freezer, and I've got some milk that's just about still cold, so that's sort of keeping it a nice temperate temperature without it actually getting overheated, so the insulation there is working. So that's the first time I bought the ice box out. Crumbs, for about 5 odd years. So my veg are cooking away. They've been cut small pieces, so that shouldn't take even 10 minutes to cook up, and then I'll have the stewed steak, and that'll be my early evening meal. Lovely blue sky. The moon last night was absolutely fantastic, and the position of it was exactly where, over in the distance, where the sun rose this morning. So yeah, good times outdoors, a change on terra firma. There's Dad, Daddy Daz, Dad's Dad, locked and loaded.
Yeah.
And there's Minnie, Dazzy, with Mrs. Dazzy. Okay, it's Armed Forces Day this weekend, or today, should I say. Today, should I say? I was a poet, didn't know it. And we're all congregating to pay our respects, and the sun's going down. And we've got one of our attendees here that's going to do a last stand with his trumpet. Came back to get his laptop and then drives off and forgets it again. So it's Sunday evening at about 8:45 in the evening, and you can see there's just a few people left. These are the people that are going to be staying for the rest of the weekend, Sunday night into Monday, and some are leaving actually the middle of the week, so actually making a long haul of it. Yeah, it's been a really good time. Just sharing in this brief video aspects of the prepper me, but it's not just about sort of preppers, survivalists, but outdoors enthusiasts. Met some new people this time. It's been going for about 5 years, this event, and I couldn't make it last year due to personal circumstances, but it was great to tally up with people that I haven't seen for a couple of years and just hit it off as if, easy for me to say, hit it off as if We sort of hadn't seen each other since last week, and all the new guys, you know who you are. There's too many people to name. The new people that have actually come up to me and introduced themselves and told me about their experiences of going wild camping and things they get from my channel and other channels. And of course the famous one of yeah, you got me into canoeing, so I've got my canoe and I followed the information on your videos. So this is just more of a leisurely one for me to have a little bit of a leisurely time outdoors. I'm just sharing in this brief video the event of this weekend, just so you can actually see people's setups, respecting people's privacy, because not everyone wants to be in shot in photographs or videos. So although everything was sort of panned around and you can actually see everybody's setups, there were some people in the woods as well, in hammocks. Some people actually camped out in their tents, brought loads of other kit, packed up, put the tents in the boot of their car and took the hammock into the woods, which are behind me over there. So I've taken a lot of my kit, except for the bed, out of my fishing bivvy. Second time I've used it at an event. So the previous time was the beginning of December last year in Gloucestershire at Camp Shaky, in the snow, in total opposite and I'll reiterate that, total opposite weather conditions, where it was sub-zero temperatures, -8 to -12, and if you watched that video at the end of last year you'd have seen where it was covered in snow where I arrived. It was a little bit snowflakey on the ground. Then we had the absolute downpour of snow, and for some people were snowed in. So, but of course this weekend, as you can see from my rosy red face, just hang on a minute, let me just share with you this sky with the sun going to set as it's coming up to about 9 o'clock. So people have been playing football down the end of the field there. Yeah, and this, for me, this weekend was obviously liking to share it with my subscribers and people that follow my videos and activities without anything too technical. Yeah, you just saw a few things. You know, if you've seen my videos before, my logistics and processes and strategies with food and cooking and all that sort of thing, and making it varied and interesting. But for me this weekend, there was a few things that happened which for a lot of us we weren't really expecting. We all sort of got a lot of things in common, interest outdoors, but there was a few really weird things that were happening this weekend where a person would start a conversation, someone overheard it that was standing nearby that you were previously talking to, and before you know it, there's some very sort of personal circumstances that everyone has in common. Whether it's you know, your thoughts on what life's all about and getting the best from it, but there was some pretty meaningful, you say a bit cheesy and corny, but not at all. It was quite enlightening to have some really enlightening conversations with people about things that you wouldn't expect to be talked about, and it was very uplifting. So those people, you know who you are, who just by chance I was able to have conversations with that were quite deep and profound, and we were all very much uplifted from just being outdoors, well, I'm so relaxed. I think I've made my point. I don't need to say any more. It's just to say that this weekend was a little bit different from what I expected, and as I say, it was very uplifting. So yeah, on that point, so it goes without saying, as always, thanks for watching, really appreciate your interest, and as brief as this video was, I hope you could get a little bit of a gist as to the meets that YouTube, as it all originated about 5-6 years ago from YouTube channels, and there's many of them now, and whereby different groups up and down the country, this was the first one at this location for YouTubers, where everyone wanted to meet up. We had people coming from Europe, Ireland, North England, South England, Wales, Scotland, and now what's happened is people around the country are making events local to them, which is brilliant. Different times of the year, so if you want to travel to different ones all around the country, they don't clash at the same time. So that's been really good. Everyone's sort of been adapting to that. So I'm just going to have a little relaxing walk back to my seat. I've got some tinned herring in tomato sauce fish, or tomato and red pepper sauce. and I've got some tinned savoury rice stuffed vine leaves. So yeah, a bit exotic, but that's going to, it's going to get those cold, so I don't have to sort of strike up the cooker or anything. And then just going to savour. It feels a bit, yeah, it feels a bit sad to be leaving this weekend, because so many things, quite poignant things, happened this weekend, which are sort of personal to people that were having the conversations. So I'm sitting on my old faithful fishing chair that you see me use quite a lot. Got some of my kit out of the fishing bivvy. Just got my bed still in there, fold that up, and then I'll eventually pack the car up and make my way home as the sun totally goes down in about half hour to 45 minutes time. So as always, thanks for watching, really appreciate your interest in this just brief video which just showed you the aspect of what's always been known as the preppers meet, but it's turned into bushcrafters, people that are fishermen and fisherwomen that go fishing and like the idea of meeting up with like-minded people that maybe just want to do camping, so we've drawn that sort of fraternity in as well. So yeah, it's been really good, so I'll catch you in another video soon. Cheers, take care.